What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi, and today we have another article that we are going to be talking about, and it is here right now. The development of Assassin's Creed Shadows, how Ubisoft managed to make the worst decisions possible every time, at every turn. So, Ubisoft, that you've been hearing right now in the latest, that they are preparing for themselves to file for bankruptcy, bro, because they have made so many mistakes. And it started out with Shadow and Bones, but not only that, they've been doing. I'm gonna be honest, they've been doing an update on Rainbow Six Siege for so damn long, with so many characters out there presenting themselves, and I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they not making a Rainbow Six Siege 2 or Siege 3 instead of doing all these updates? I mean, instead of these updates, like, what is going on with Ubisoft? They had X Defiant out there, bro. And then after like less than a year, they canceled the freaking thing. They canceled it. They dismantled it completely because not a lot of people were playing it, And then you had Star Wars Outlaws, complete failure right there. And now you got and then Skull and Bones, of course, failed. And now, of course, you got Assassin's Creed Shadows, bro. One game that it was one of the best franchises out there, bro. Besides Splinter Cell, which I miss completely playing. Assassin's Creed Shadows, instead of trying to focus on entertainment and their cultural history, they decide to go with identity politics, bro. A character that doesn't even exist in history. Because of an author who made up a lie, to try to make money out of it. And now, Ubisoft becoming stupid, they got themselves in this jam, so I hate to see them try to get out of it. So here we go. Let's talk about this article. It's pretty long, so bear with me. Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows has been a marketing disaster of epic proportions, plagued by missteps that have left both fans and Japanese audiences frustrated. From cultural intensive decisions to baffling character choices, the game's promotional campaign seems cursed, or perhaps just a testament to Ubisoft's tone deaf approach. From the very beginning, with the cinematic trailer of Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft managed to upset both fans and Japanese audiences. Its insistence of having Yasuke as the main protagonist became a major point of contention. This decision was controversial because not only is Yasuke's historical relevance questionable, but credible sources indicate that Yasuke was neither a samurai nor a well-documented historical figure. What I've read about Yasuke, he was a servant. He was never a damn samurai. They show pictures of a black man being a samurai, but it doesn't show proof that it was Yasuke, and it didn't show that if it was him being a samurai. Just trust me, I've looked around. To seeing if this was true. And so far, it's not. So, by choosing a character whose historical significance is dubious, Ubisoft angered longtime Assassin's Creed fans. The franchise has traditionally featured fictional protagonists who interact with historical figures, yet here, players are expected to embody the relatively obscure individual with no real influence during the Oda Nobunaga period or on Japanese history as a whole. This left many from asking, why Yasuke? Especially when the game could have centered around one of the most renowned and legendary samurai in history, Miyamoto Musashi, a figure far better documented and celebrated Japanese culture, for reasons that remain unclear. Ubisoft deemed Yasuke a more cultural relevant choice for a game instead of Japan. Give me a break, man. Give me a damn break. I mean, every game, they go with their cultural beings. They go with their cultural characters. You had Altai here. It was in that time frame in part one. Then you had I forgot what time frame that was. Then you had who was this guy's name? Oh, I had him in my head. Ezio Auditore. Ezio Auditore. He was from Italy, and that was in that time frame. And then you had pirates, of course. There were black and white people in there, but they're based on pirates, you know? Then you had Egyptians. I mean, and then Greeks. You could have done a game about Africa. You could have had him easy in Africa. I mean, but of course they didn't do that. They didn't want to do Africa. They just wanted to do Japan. Questionable experts, questionable failure, unquestionable failures. But the mistakes don't end here. The Ubisoft proudly claimed to have hired experts to ensure the game was immersive and culturally accurate as possible. However, the two experts they introduced, Thomas Lockley and Sachi Schmidt Hori, came from questionable backgrounds, leading to widespread criticism of their involvement. See, this is the guy, Thomas Lockley, this is the guy who is the author of Yasuke being a samurai. This guy's a phony, man. This guy lied. I'm telling you, man. He lied his way out of this, man. And look what he's done, and he's done it, man. He's pissed off a lot of Japanese people, man. Thomas Locke, a historian and a co-author of African Samurai, The True Story of Yasuke, was accused of fabricating details about Yasuke to support his narrative. It was also discovered that Lockley had edited his own Wikipedia page to include these fabricated details, sparking outrage among Japanese historians. The backlash became so severe that Lockley deleted all his online accounts, and Nihon University, where he worked as an associate professor, launched an investigation into his actions. The investigation outcome remains unclear, but the damage to his reputation was undeniable. Sachi Smith Hoi, on the other hand, is known for her research on Japanese monks and their elite's romantic relationship with male children. Her book, Tales of Idolized Boys, Male Love in Medieval Japanese Buddhist Narratives, explores a highly controversial topic. Her selection as an expert for a game centered on a Sengoku period is baffling and raises serious questions about Ubisoft's vetting process. See, not only you have an author, you got an author that lied about Yasuke to put into that story. You have a female who's all woke, who's into all that nonsense, bro, and that's what ruined the game. Because not only you have a black character in the movie, but now you're making this black character have sex with either other men or children. Come on, man. I mean, it's just so stupid what they did, bro. So stupid, man. One can't help but question how and why these two were chosen to work on a historical period they clearly lack expertise in. Yet we don't even need to look at their backgrounds to see their glaring inaccuracies in Assassin's Creed Shadows. A simple look at the gameplay footage reveals Ubisoft failed to correct basic historical errors, such as incorporating Chinese and Korean agricultural styles into a Japanese setting. Paintings included in the game are from the wrong time periods entirely. Where were these alleged experts? When these elements were added, considering the numerous inaccuracies, one might wonder if Ubisoft should demand their money back, unless, of course, they were paid to simply stand up and say Yasuke was a real black samurai and nothing else. So stupid, bro. But fans, particularly Japanese audiences, pointing out these issues, Ubisoft responded by doubling down on the importance of Yasuke in Japanese history. They dismissed criticism as rooted in racism, ignoring the substantive points raised by players and historians alike. This was a spectacularly poor marketing move. All they had to do, Ubisoft could have done more research. They could have went to Japan They could have went to Japan and looked at their history books. Went to the library at least. Go to their history. They could have found a Japanese historian. They could have found someone in that Japanese era. You know, they could have done that. But no, they focused on this. They focused on this. So Ubisoft's got what they deserve, man. Unsurprisingly, this approach backfired. The controversy escalated when Tatsushi Hamada, a member of the Japanese House of Councilors, acknowledged receiving numerous complaints about the game's portrayal of Japanese history and culture. Hamada expressed intentions to bring these concerns before the National Diet, Japan's legislative body, highlighting the game's potential cultural intensity. Ironically, discussions arose about whether Assassin's Creed Shadows could be considered cultural appropriation. Rumors circulated that the game might face censorship or worse for Ubisoft, a ban on its release in Japan, a blow that Ubisoft didn't want. That goes to show you that Japan is pissed off. Ubisoft had the opportunity to make the game perfect, to make it entertaining, bro. But instead, they put themselves listening to this Sweet Baby Inc. bullshit. And that's what they get, bro. They deserve to get their ass screwed. Here, let's look at this now. Marketing mayhem. How Ubisoft managed to offend everyone. And yet, Ubisoft kept making irregardless steps in its marketing efforts. One of the most controversial examples was a plan to release and sell a figurine depicting Yasuke and Nao, the second protagonist in the game, with Nao perched on top of half-destroyed Torii Gate. Now, they had a controversy about this, and this was bad. I tell you, man. This was no ordinary Torii Gate. It resembled one of the few pieces that's standing after the atomic bombing of Nagasaki. In Japan, this specific imagery is a solemn symbol of the horrors of nuclear devastation. The decision to use it as a decorative element for a collectible figurine was widely condemned as grossly intensive. Another thing their historical experts might have pointed out to them. After significant backlash, Ubisoft and its figurine partner, Pure Arts, announced they would withdraw the design and issue a replacement. But the controversy didn't stop there. Ubisoft also marketed a katana sword, claiming it to be the type of Yasuke would use in the game. Upon closer examination, fans quickly pointed out that the katana's design was identical or nearly identical to that of Ronazoro's sword from the popular anime One Piece. Oh, brother, dude. Man! This sparked allegations that Ubisoft had either plagiarized or outright resold a design connected to Enikiro's Oda's intellectual property. The resemblance was so striking that fans demanded clarification, though Ubisoft has yet to publicly address these claims. I tell you, man, they really don't know what they're doing, bro. As if these weren't enough, Ubisoft also stole a flag design from a Japanese historical reenactment group that focuses on a Sengoku period. The design was created by the Sekigahara Temple Tai group and was clearly labeled as not for commercial use. Despite being informed of this theft, Ubisoft has shown no willingness to remove the flag from the game or hold its developers accountable for the blatant disregard of intellectual property. Adding further insult, Ubisoft included rap music during Yasuke's in-game battles with samurai. While the company later announced the music would be removed, the damage was already done. Critics lambasted Ubisoft for their tone-deaf approach, as the use of rap music felt like an attempt to connect Yasuke, a historical figure from Africa, to African American culture. This demonstrated Ubisoft's apparent ignorance of Yasuke's actual background and perpetuated a racist stereotype that all black individuals are inherently tied to rap music. By doing so, Ubisoft failed to acknowledge that diverse cultures and stories within the African this diaspora, instead generalizing all black people as black Americans. Each of these controversies, whether from laziness, ignorance, or deliberate decisions, only compound Ubisoft's growing reputation for cultural intensity and poor marketing judgment. An ignorance too deep to ignore, Ubisoft's last stand. But it doesn't end here. Ladies and gentlemen, even as the release date of Assassin's Creed Shadows draws closer, Ubisoft's marketing team continues to demonstrate astonishing incompetence. The latest debacle occurred when Ubisoft announced a delay for the game's release, pushing it to March 2025. A quick search on the laptop would reveal the significance of this date to Japan. It marks the 30th anniversary of one of the deadliest terrorist attacks in the nation's history, the sarin gas attack on the Tokyo subway system. For a company that employs over 18,000 people, including two supposed experts in Japanese history, this oversight is nothing short of appalling. The time and again, and Ubisoft reiterates its commitment to create historical and cultural accurate game, yet its actions contradict these claims constantly. This latest misstep raises one of the two possibilities. Either Ubisoft has some of the most ignorant employees in the industry, making its statements hollow and disgenius, or it has employees who all full aware of these insensitive blunders, but are either indifferent or mean-spirited enough to let them happen. In either case, such people should be entrusted with the responsibility of creating or marketing a game tied to such a cultural significant period. This isn't a case of isolated poor decision. It's the result of incompetence so deeply rooted that it's become part of the company's very fabric. A company gasping its last breath, stumbling through a final failed spectacle for an audience that no longer cares except to see it consumed by the flames of its own making. Man, I tell you this now, bro. Ubisoft, man, what did you guys do, bro? You really made a bad move. Out of all this, bro, when they announced the first trailer of Assassin's Creed Shadows, bro, all they had to do was listen to the fans, listen to the Japanese audience, and immediately change the character. They could have done that. They could have done it. Just like when Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out. When the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out, there was a trailer backlash because of how they designed Sonic the first time. Paramount, Paramount, I think it was Paramount, Paramount. Paramount listened to the fans. They listened to the fans and actually got it done right. And look at it now. Sonic 3 went up and both of them combined together made over $1 billion. Sonic 3's budget was $120 million and it made $300 million globally. That's a huge success in my book. And now Sonic 4 is coming out. See, that's what Ubisoft needs to do. They need to see that as an example and listen to the fans. That's what they should have done. All they had to do was listen to the fans, and this would not happen with them. But hey, Ubisoft got what they deserve. You got what you deserve, Ubisoft. That's what you get for going with identity politics, and that's what you get for listening to Sweet Baby Incorporated. You get yourself screwed. So that's going to be it for this video. Again, I'm going to say this is going to be my farewell. Thank you for watching this channel. If you like the video, hit the like button, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button for me. All right, guys, thank you all so much. And I will be seeing you next time. Bye for now.